Alright, here's some of the stuff nobody sees. This doorway's way out of level. Top of this door, at least 3/8 inch out of level. So what Justin's going to attempt to do is lower this side. So we already have it apart on this side and took the trim off this side here, stripped it all down. He's going to attempt to make a really careful cut across the bottom there and then pry it all down. You going to be able to handle that, Justin?
Absolutely. I think Anthony gave us too much of this stuff.
Did he? All the calculations, all of Charlie's notes and numbers, cutting all the baseboard up.
That's classified information.
Classified.
You have to decode it.
It's all in code. Desk area is looking good, coming together. It's going to get a rental radiator back here. Down at the basement, a lot of intense prep work. Eric's sanding all the details. Beautiful picture railer on the top. Doors are looking really good. Lots of prep work, shelves for the closets, all being primed. Get 2 coats of finish paint on them, sanding in between coats. This is going to need a lot of attention. We're going to replace this bottom tread, possibly this one. Get these sanded up. Might want to put a rug runner down these. We eliminated the ductwork. It used to come here and way down and in. Got rid of that. Probably get rid of this pipe and stuff in the hall. That's from the old vacuum system. Okay, this is all the trim for the arts and crafts room. This is the original piece here. And you can see I'm matching the stain. I got a little bit more to do on this to get it all 100% correct. It's all coming out really nicely though. Here we have the Alright, here on the pantry side we have this door trimmed out, matching the original details here. Stepping over Charlie. Scribing in the baseboard. Just side trimmed out. There it is. There's the doorway that Justin corrected. Now it's level. And we're toying with this molding. We're going to modify the sizes on that to make it look more proportional to the door. This window by the desk area, we're going to remove the header piece and match it up with the other moldings.
Silly things, you know?
A little detail. Yeah, I had to add a little return onto the board there. Make the detail come together nicely.
Yeah, because what else are you going to do?
Right. Yeah, here on the hall side, he put the header all back together. Nice and level. A lot of progress. There's the shelves that were just primed yesterday. Nice coat of finish paint on them. More shelves in here. Eric's getting the paint on the exterior of these basement windows. Yeah. Here's the small bath that we completed. Well, the tile's complete. You can see some of the fantastic details that were performed here. Corian window sills and shelves. Up here in the master bedroom, master closet, we have our floor in, matching the original. Here's the transition between the bedroom and master closet. Will there be a threshold installed there? We have our beautiful transom above the door. We removed the shelf unit on the right, opening up the space. Here's the transom unit that will be installed. Here in the master closet, there'll be a series of shelves down here, and the bottom two will have slides on them, so they'll be actually like drawers. We have the flooring in the laundry room. And this side where the washer and dryer will be installed, we have a copper pan being made, custom made. And you can see the floor drain just for an emergency backup in case the machine ever overflowed. We'll be installing upper cabinets above the machines on this side. Alright, here in the master bathroom we have radiant floor heating underneath. So we'd have to install the door rock on here. And there'll be wainscoting tile running around the perimeter. Shower stall of the same floor tile with the same subway tile running up the walls. The ceiling will have a matching 6x6 tile. So we have our copper pan ready. All the plumbing has been installed. We have the main shower valve, shower head here. And over here we have another volume control with the temperature control, controlling this rain head above. We'll be using Subway ceramic tile in here, which is a traditional manufactured product. This is their catalog. They're out of California. And we'll have to really go over the details of this because they provide every type of molding and corner details and cold moldings that we'll need to make this look like a traditional bath. The details we need to work on, we have outside corners, so we'll need a detail molding for that. We're going to have a cap molding, like a chair rail molding that will run around the perimeter. We'll also have a cold molding that will integrate in with the floor. So we have outside corners, we have inside corners, we have detailing around the jambs of the shower stall, which are always complex because the wainscot lower tile will wrap around the lower half, but then it will continue up inside the shower. And we'll have a Corian sill here. Be somewhat similar to this bathroom, but actually all custom made. This is off the shelf reproduction. So the proportions of the tile in the other room will be slightly different. The edges will be a little bit more square on the tile. As opposed to a base detail, it'll be more like a cove detail. And the chair rail is actually a little smaller, which you'll see soon. So just like the shower stall, the chair rail detail will wrap around through the shower stall just like it does in this tub area, and then the tile will continue up above. This is where the details get tricky. All looks so simple when it's all said and done, but Mitch had to miter these joints here and use a bullnose up above. All worked out well. And if you notice around the window, these are all bullnose pieces, which just means they have the rounded edge on there. Actually considered a half bullnose. Those are the details we'll need to work out in this shower stall. It's going to be a tricky transition. Every situation is slightly different. One other way to do this is to actually trim it out like a traditional doorway and use Corian for the jambs all the way up and around. It gives it more of an archway type look versus all the tile coming through. But again, the details are different in every spot. If we did that, we'd have to put a jam on this side, which we're trying to avoid. We kind of like the tile coming straight through and around. Back hallway, all these rugs will be replaced right up to the third floor. I'll show you the third floor another time.
stuff. This happened after I left, and then this got torn out.
Right, so,
I mean, what do you want to do here? Caulk it, or you want to try
yeah,
to
just,
feather it out?
no, just caulk that in.
Yeah, but other than that, I think this is all set.
Yeah, ready for some paint.
Yeah.
First coat. Yeah, the baseboard that Charlie was working on the other day, this looks good. Our beautiful crown molding. Stove's just in place, needs to be hooked up. We have our hood in. Still needs to go through the... Okay, here above the stove you can see the hood vent going out through the wall. We could leave it as is, or which increases the space, the capacity of extra storage space in the cabinet, or if you like we could box it in, which would, you know, create just two smaller storage spaces, one on either side.
It looks like it's only about 12 inches.
Does it?
On the drawing.
So here's the sink, which is maximized out because it just fits. Charlie had to modify the cabinet work to get it in, so, but that's the placement of it. So the countertop would overhang 9 inches on this side, basically an inch, what's it, an inch and a quarter off the face of that one, Charlie?
Yeah, it's an inch and a quarter off the face of all the cabinets.
Okay, so that provides us with a 9-inch overhang along here. And then when it comes to this other end, which would be more accessible to eating, we're debating on how far that should overhang. Right now it's at 14 inches. It shouldn't be any less than 12.
Right,
yeah.
Definitely. You have your...
Yeah, that would be 18. That's a little excessive. I think you'd need brackets for that. So try it at 12.
Right there.
Yeah, at 12 you might bump your knees a little bit. I don't know if the stools would go all the way underneath.
Yeah, I think 14 probably.
Is a good number.
Yeah, because it felt comfortable when I was just, you know, sitting.
No, I agree. I think 14 is good. Yeah, so it rides this overhang, it's roughly 9, comes all the way down here, and then turns the corner down that direction. So it's roughly like that. That's perfect, man. That looks really nice, huh? You got a nice cabinet in the corner and the overhang.
Yeah, it does look really nice.
Oh,
You know
maybe.
what I like about it too, it's like you can stand here, like, and not be kicking the cabinets or anything like this, and just kind of stand here, you know, and be part of that conversation or whatever, you know.
No, I agree. And then psychologically, it seems like a huge corridor coming through there.
It really does. I mean, this is such a nice look too, this wainscoting, panelized like that.
Yeah, that's definitely beautiful.
Yeah.
So under this overhang, we had solid panels and one accessible door down this end. And plenty of storage.
Yeah. I understand.
The detail we're dealing with, because we have this column here and it jogs back, you could either jog the counter around and in to highlight that, or you could keep it the way it is, which gives an even 1.25 inches off this side, 1.25 inches from back here, and just a 1/4 inch overhang here. Or,
Yeah.
well, we could do it like this, so now the miter of the stone lines up with the corner of the woodworking. It's equal on this side and here. The only thing is this extra overhang here. And you have a 2 1/4 overhang, and these drawers are kind of shallow. So it just limits, you know, it decreases it by about 1 inch of the access to that cabinet. Brings us closer to the dishwasher. You know, or you jog it around like this line, but I don't know if I really care for that because it'd be the only jog in the entire kitchen. Or you jog it around like this, which would be the only jog in the kitchen there. You know, my vote is leave it out like this, don't do the jog, versus pushing it in. Get more accessible drawer and just a tiny less overhang there, and you know, it's the miter, the stone's not mitered. You know, that's definitely a doable detail also.